The river roared beneath the rusted railway bridge, white water crashing over jagged rocks. A German shepherd hung by one paw, claws scraping rotting wood, its whimpers lost in the current. Eyes wide with terror, it fought to hold on, alone, until a small figure appeared above. 5-year-old Timmy peered through the planks, heart racing as the dog's desperate eyes met his. No one else was coming. Fear battled bravery in his small chest. This dog needed him. His choice would spark a tale of loyalty and courage, forever binding their fates. Before watching, please comment where you're viewing this video from and hit the like button to show your support. Your engagement means the world to us. Thank you. In a weathered Ohio farmhouse, 5-year-old Timmy Wilson chased dreams under the watchful eye of his mother, Jenny. A nurse stretched thin by endless hospital shifts, Jenny poured love into Timmy, despite bills stacking high on the kitchen table. His curiosity lit up their modest home. He'd chase fireflies, climb oaks, or sketch adventures in the dirt, his blue eyes gleaming with wonder. Jenny cherished his spirit, but fretted over his wandering heart. "Stay where I can see you," she'd say, her voice soft but firm, dark circles betraying sleepless nights. A single mother since Timmy's father walked out 3 years ago, she carried the weight of their world alone, her strength forged in quiet sacrifice. Their bond was unbreakable, a lighthouse in their storm of scraped-together days. Timmy, unaware of her struggles, filled their home with laughter, his questions about the world beyond their yard a constant spark. Jenny dreamed of giving him more, but for now, their love was enough. Yet, beyond their fence, a shadow loomed, an old railway bridge, its danger whispering to Timmy's restless soul, tempting him to cross lines his mother fought to draw. Beyond the Wilsons' farmhouse, an abandoned railway bridge loomed over a churning Ohio river, its steel beams rusted to a dull orange. Rotting wooden planks gaped, revealing jagged rocks 30 feet below where white water roared, relentless and unforgiving. To Timmy, the bridge was a gateway to adventure, its creaking silhouette calling from his bedroom window like a siren song. He'd imagined knights battling across it or pirates leaping its gaps, his young mind weaving epics. Jenny, however, saw only peril. "Never go near it, Timmy," she warned, her voice sharp with fear. "It could collapse any moment." She'd point to the missing planks, the river's hungry maw, her nurse's instinct haunted by visions of tragedy. To Timmy, her rules felt like chains on his curiosity, the bridge's forbidden allure growing stronger with each glance. It stood as both temptation and taboo, a symbol of the world he yearned to explore and the dangers Jenny fought to shield him from. Unseen by both, the bridge held secrets beyond its decay, secrets that would soon draw Timmy into a storm of courage, betrayal, and loyalty, forever altering the course of their quiet lives. One crisp morning, Timmy slipped past the yard, the forbidden bridge's pull too strong to resist. The river's roar echoed as he stepped onto the creaking planks, his sneakers testing their strength. A desperate whimper froze him mid-step. Dropping to his knees, he peered through a gap and gasped. A German shepherd hung beneath, one paw clawing a splintered beam, its body trembling against the raging current below. Jagged rocks gleamed like fangs 30 feet down. "Hold on!" Timmy cried, heart hammering. Lying flat, he reached through the gap, his small arms straining but falling short. Fear clawed at him, but the dog's terrified eyes ignited a fierce resolve. Spotting a moss-slick maintenance ledge, Timmy edged along it, the drop dizzying. Each step felt like betrayal of his mother's warnings, yet he pressed on. Stretching, his fingers brushed the dog's scruff. The dog's paw slipped, its weight yanking Timmy's arms. Pain seared his shoulders, but he gripped tighter, muscles burning. With a final heave, he pulled the trembling animal onto the ledge. They collapsed, panting, the dog's dark eyes locking onto Timmy's with raw, unspoken gratitude. In that moment, a bond forged, unbreakable, born of shared survival. Timmy, unaware of the storm he'd unleashed, knew only that this dog needed him, and he would not let it fall. Safe on the bridge's ledge, Timmy studied the German shepherd, his heart sinking. The dog was emaciated, ribs stark beneath matted black and tan fur, its legs trembling from exhaustion. Scars crisscrossed its flanks, some fresh, others faded, hinting at deliberate cruelty. A worn leather collar hung around its neck, its tags scratched illegible, heavy with an odd, sewn-in compartment. "Who did this to you?" Timmy whispered, stroking the dog's head. It leaned into his touch, eyes glimmering with trust, as if recognizing a savior. He named it Rex, a name from a police dog on TV. Knowing Jenny's stretched finances couldn't handle a pet, Timmy resolved to hide Rex. He led the limping dog to an old barn behind their farmhouse, its peeling red paint and musty hay a perfect sanctuary. "You'll be safe here," he promised, sneaking a sandwich and a cup of water from the kitchen. Rex devoured them, eyes never leaving Timmy's face, his hunger a silent plea. The collar's weight nagged at Timmy. Its compartment felt like a secret, maybe dangerous. As he brushed Rex's fur, revealing more scars, a chill ran through him. This wasn't just a stray. Rex was running from something or someone. Timmy vowed to protect him, even if it meant lying to his mother, unaware that his act of compassion had set a perilous chain of events in motion. Before diving in, kindly share your location in the comments and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more stories like this. Thank you for joining us. That night, Timmy jolted awake, a strange noise pulling him from sleep. Moonlight revealed a shadow slipping toward the barn. Heart pounding, he grabbed a stick and crept outside, bare feet silent on dewy grass. Inside the barn, a man in black loomed over Rex, a syringe glinting in his hand. "Time to go, Mutt," he hissed, voice cold. Rex growled, hackles raised, but his weakened state left him vulnerable. "Leave him alone," Timmy shouted, swinging the stick wildly. The man flinched, and Rex lunged, knocking the syringe to the hay-strewn floor. The intruder cursed, stumbling back as Jenny's porch light flared. "Timmy," she called, her voice sharp with panic. She burst through the barn door, pale and trembling, a flashlight shaking in her grip. "What's happening?" Her eyes widened at Rex, cowering but defiant beside Timmy. The man vanished into the shadows, leaving only the syringe as evidence of his intent. Timmy sobbed, collapsing against Rex. "I saved him from the bridge, Mom. Someone's after him." Jenny knelt, her nurses calm, battling fear. "You went to the bridge?" Her voice cracked, torn between anger and relief. She examined Rex's collar, its military design and scratched tags unsettling. "This isn't a stray's collar," she murmured. Fear of the intruder's return warred with Timmy's tearful pleas. "He can't stay here. It's not safe," she said, but Timmy's desperation softened her resolve. "He sleeps inside tonight. Tomorrow, I call Lisa." As they led Rex to the house, Jenny's flashlight caught a glint in the distance, a car's silhouette watching. The night felt heavier, danger closer, and Timmy clutched Rex tighter, sensing their secret had just become a target. The next morning, Lisa Harper, Jenny's friend from nursing school, arrived at the farmhouse, her practical demeanor a comfort. Now a coordinator for veteran programs, Lisa's eyes widened at Rex, curled protectively near Timmy. "That's no ordinary dog," she said, kneeling to inspect the collar. Its leather was military grade, the tags defaced, and a small, locked compartment bulged beneath. "This is Special Forces canine gear. That compartment might hold evidence, documents, maybe a chip. These dogs carry sensitive intel." Timmy's eyes lit up, but Jenny's stomach churned. "Evidence? Then why someone sneaking around our barn?" Lisa's phone buzzed with a text from a veteran contact. Her face tightened as she read. "Nexus Security, a private contractor, claims this dog's stolen. They say it's dangerous, escaped during transport." Timmy protested. "Rex isn't dangerous. Look at his scars. Someone hurt him." But Lisa hesitated, her trust in her contact clashing with Timmy's certainty. "If he's stolen, keeping him could mean legal trouble, Jenny. Nexus has DoD contracts. They're powerful." Jenny, torn between Timmy's tears and the threat of law, nodded reluctantly. "We'll meet their representative to verify. We can't risk breaking the law." Timmy's voice broke. "You're giving him up? He trusts me." Jenny knelt, guilt heavy in her chest. "We're just checking, honey. If he's really theirs, it's the right thing." Lisa promised to dig deeper, but doubt gnawed at her. As they prepared to meet Nexus, the weight of the decision hung over them, Timmy's small hand gripping Rex's collar. Unseen, the sedan from the night before idled at the road's end, its occupant watching, waiting for the trap to close. At a dimly lit diner on the edge of town, Jenny, Timmy, and Lisa waited, Rex at Timmy's side, his eyes wary. Richard Gray entered, his suit crisp, accompanied by Sheriff Tom Bradley, whose badge gleamed under the fluorescent lights. Gray flashed a badge too quickly to read. "Mrs. Wilson, Nexus Security thanks you for recovering our property," he said, his smile cold. Sheriff Bradley nodded. "This is a federal matter, ma'am. Hand over the dog, or you're aiding theft. Jenny's gut screamed danger, but the sheriff's authority silenced her doubts. Timmy clutched Rex's leash, tears streaming. They hurt him. Look at his scars. He pointed to the jagged marks on Rex's flank, but Bradley scoffed. Kid, you're confused. This dog's dangerous. Gray's eyes narrowed, locking onto the collar's compartment. We'll take it from here. Jenny hesitated, her heart breaking at Timmy's sobs. Lisa, swayed by her contact's warning, urged, Jenny, we can't fight this. They've got the law on their side. Under pressure, Jenny handed over the leash, her voice trembling. Just don't hurt him. Rex resisted, paws scraping the floor, his eyes fixed on Timmy as Gray yanked him toward a black van. Timmy screamed, Rex, I'm sorry. The van door slammed, muffling Rex's desperate whines. Bradley warned, Stay out of this, Mrs. Wilson. You don't want trouble. As the van sped off, Timmy collapsed into Jenny's arms, his sobs echoing in the empty diner. Jenny's guilt was a vice. She'd betrayed her son's trust and Rex's loyalty, swayed by false authority. Lisa stared at her hands, doubt creeping in. The weight of their decision settled like ash, and Timmy's whispered, You gave him away. Cut deeper than any blade. Outside, Gray's van vanished, carrying Rex back to the hands that had scarred him. Back at the farmhouse, silence suffocated the air. Timmy retreated to his room, refusing to speak, his tear-streaked face a silent accusation. Jenny's guilt gnawed relentlessly. She'd handed Rex to strangers, ignoring his scars and Timmy's pleas. Lisa, shaken by her role in the decision, paced the kitchen. I trusted my contact, she muttered, but something's off. Driven by remorse, she called Emma Carter, a former K-9 trainer she'd met through Veteran Networks, recently fired by Nexus Security for questioning their practices. Emma's voice was urgent over the phone. Nexus isn't what they seem. They're a private contractor selling military secrets to the highest bidder. That dog, his collar holds evidence of their crimes. She explained that Rex's handler, Captain Mark Daniels, had embedded a microchip in the collar's compartment, documenting Nexus's treason before being killed in a staged accident. Gray works for Nexus, not the DoD. The sheriff's on their payroll, part of a corrupt local ring. Jenny's blood ran cold. They delivered Rex to his abusers. We were wrong, Jenny whispered, tears falling. Lisa nodded, her misjudgment a heavy burden. We have to fix this. Emma tracked Rex to a Nexus warehouse an hour away. He's evidence. They'll destroy him to bury the truth. Jenny's resolve hardened. We're getting him back. Despite the risk of arrest, Lisa agreed, seeking redemption for her doubt. Timmy emerged, eyes red but fierce. I'm coming. Rex needs me. Jenny hesitated but saw his courage, the same spark that saved Rex on the bridge. They piled into Emma's truck, the night cloaking their mission. As they drove, Jenny clutched Timmy's hand, vowing to undo their betrayal. Rex's scars, Timmy's trust, and their own mistakes fueled their determination. But the warehouse loomed ahead, a fortress of secrets guarded by men who'd killed to keep them hidden. Under a moonless sky, Emma's truck rumbled toward the Nexus warehouse, a hulking structure ringed by chain-link fences and floodlights. Jenny's heart raced, Timmy's small hand gripping hers in the back seat. Emma, eyes steely, whispered, Stay sharp. We get Rex and the chip, then we're gone. Using old Nexus credentials, she bluffed past the gate guard, claiming a security check. The guard waved them through, but suspicion lingered in his glance. Inside, the warehouse reeked of oil and metal, crates stacked high under flickering lights. Emma led them to a locked kennel area, her knowledge of Nexus layouts guiding their steps. Timmy, hidden in the truck, couldn't stay behind. Driven by love for Rex, he slipped out, trailing them through shadows. They found Rex in a steel cage, sedated, his collar half removed as a technician pried at the compartment. Scars glistened under harsh lights, a testament to Nexus's cruelty. Jenny stifled a gasp, guilt surging anew. Emma picked the cage lock, but Timmy, creeping closer, tripped a motion sensor. Alarms blared, red lights flashing. Run! Emma hissed, lifting Rex's limp form. Guards poured in, boots pounding. Timmy froze, but Rex stirred at his voice, eyes flickering open. With a surge of strength, Rex broke free, tackling a guard, aiming at Timmy. The boy's cry, Rex, you're okay, ignited chaos. Jenny grabbed Timmy, dodging a guard's lunge, while Emma swung a wrench, clearing their path. They sprinted for the exit, alarms deafening, Rex limping but fierce at Timmy's side. Floodlights swept the yard as more guards closed in. Emma shoved the microchip, yanked from Rex's collar, into Jenny's pocket. Get it to the feds, she urged. A van screeched toward the gate, blocking their escape. Jenny clutched Timmy, fearing capture, as Rex growled, ready to fight. The warehouse, a maze of betrayal and greed, seemed to tighten its grip, but Timmy's courage and Rex's loyalty burned brighter, a fragile light against the encroaching dark. Their freedom and Rex's life hung by a thread, with Nexus's wrath seconds from crushing them. As the Nexus van screeched closer, Sheriff Tom Bradley stepped from the shadows, gun drawn. Jenny braced for betrayal, her arms shielding Timmy. But Bradley's face, etched with shame, told a different story. I didn't know how deep Nexus's rot went, he said, voice heavy. Paid to ignore Rex's scars, he'd believed their lies, enforcing their will to protect his own family. Timmy's defiance in the diner and Rex's fierce loyalty in the warehouse shattered his excuses. Get out, he ordered. I'll hold them off. Bradley fired at the van's tires, forcing it to swerve. Guards hesitated, caught off guard by his betrayal. Go, he shouted, turning to face the oncoming Nexus enforcers. Jenny, Timmy, Emma, and Rex bolted through a gap in the fence, the microchip burning in Jenny's pocket. Behind them, gunfire erupted. Bradley's stand against men he'd once served. A sharp cry cut through the chaos, signaling his fall, but his sacrifice bought precious seconds. Emma led them into the woods, Rex limping but steadfast beside Timmy. Sirens wailed in the distance, federal agents, tipped off by Emma's earlier call, closing in. At a safe house, Emma connected her laptop, uploading the microchip's data. Proof of Nexus's weapons deals to hostile groups, implicating Gray and his network. The upload completed as agents raided Nexus, arresting operatives. Gray's empire crumbled, but Bradley's fate weighed heavy, a corrupt man redeemed too late. Timmy clung to Rex, tears mixing with relief. Jenny knelt, whispering, "You were right about him." Bradley's final act, born from Timmy's courage, turned the tide, exposing the rot he'd enabled. The sheriff's sacrifice, like Rex's scars, was a reminder of human flaws and the chance to make amends. As the group caught their breath, the safe house walls seemed to close in. Rex's labored breathing a new alarm. Their victory was real, but the cost, Bradley's life and Rex's fading strength, cast a shadow over their escape, demanding they face what they'd won and what they might yet lose. Timmy's courage deserves a like, but sadly, he hasn't received it yet. Click the like button to honor his bravery and support this heartfelt story. In the dim safe house, Rex's strength faltered. Blood seeped from his reopened wounds, staining the floor beneath his trembling frame. Timmy's cry shattered the silence. "Rex, no, don't die!" He dropped to his knees, small hands pressing against the dog's matted fur as if willpower could hold him together. Emma, her own hands shaking, tore through a first aid kit, wrapping fresh bandages, but Rex's breathing grew shallow, each gasp a labored fight. "He's lost too much blood?" she whispered, voice cracking. The wounds from Nexus's cruelty, worsened by the escape, threatened to claim him. Jenny pulled Timmy close, her heart splintering at his sobs. "We got him back, honey," she said, but the words felt hollow. Rex's dark eyes, once fierce with loyalty, dulled with pain, yet they stayed fixed on Timmy, as if drawing strength from the boy who'd saved him. The safe house, a refuge from Nexus, became a stage for their fear that their victory was fleeting, that Rex's fight might end here. Emma worked frantically, her training no match for the depth of his injuries. "He's strong," she insisted, but doubt lingered in her eyes. Timmy's tears soaked Rex's fur. "You promised you'd stay," he whispered, recalling the bridge where their bond began. The injustice of Rex's suffering, abused by Nexus, betrayed by those meant to protect him, hung heavy. Jenny's guilt resurfaced. Her decision to hand him over had led to this. As Rex's breath slowed, the room seemed to shrink, the weight of their choices pressing down. Timmy's small voice broke through, fierce and desperate. "Be brave, like you were for me." But bravery alone might not be enough to save his hero. The safe house air grew thick with grief. As Rex lay still, his shallow breaths a fragile thread. Timmy clung to him, tears streaming, his small body shaking with the fear of loss. "I should have fought harder," he whispered, blaming himself for the diner handover. Jenny knelt beside him, her own guilt a crushing weight. "We made mistakes, honey," she admitted, voice breaking, "but you brought him back." Her words couldn't erase the pain of betraying Rex, nor the image of his scars, a map of cruelty they'd failed to heed. Lisa, standing apart, stared at her hands, her misjudgment a festering wound. I trusted the wrong people, she murmured. The veteran contact's lies a betrayal of her instincts. Emma, bandaging Rex, fought tears, haunted by her failure to protect him sooner. He was Mark's partner, she said, voice raw. I swore I'd keep him safe. The group's shared remorse wove a tapestry of regret. Each had played a role in Rex's suffering, from Jenny's compliance to Emma's delayed action. The injustice stunned deepest. Rex, loyal and brave, had endured Nexus's abuse, only to be abandoned by those swayed by false authority. Timmy's sobs echoed their collective shame, his love for Rex a mirror to their flaws. We can't lose him, Jenny said, resolve flickering through her despair. Emma nodded, her hands steadying. He's fighting because of Timmy. Their bond, forged on that perilous bridge, was Rex's lifeline, but as his breathing faltered, hope dimmed. The tragedy wasn't just Rex's wounds, it was the human failures that led them here, forcing them to confront whether courage could mend what trust had broken. If this story touches your heart, please subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels our passion for sharing meaningful tales of courage and loyalty. Join our community and stay inspired with every video. Thank you for believing in our mission to spread hope and humanity. At dawn, Emma's laptop pinged, the microchip's data fully uploaded to federal agents. The screen lit up with files, contracts, bank records, emails, proof of Nexus Securities' treason, selling military secrets to hostile groups. Richard Gray's name was everywhere, his web of corruption exposed. This will bury him, Emma said, relief breaking through her exhaustion. Federal raids were underway, agents arresting Nexus operatives across Ohio and beyond. Gray was in custody, his empire crumbling under the weight of the evidence Rex had carried through torment. Timmy sat beside Rex, whose breathing steadied, his eyes brighter as if sensing victory. Jenny clutched the microchip, now a symbol of their fight, her guilt easing. You were right, Timmy, she whispered. You never gave up on him. The injustice of Rex's abuse, scarred by Nexus, betrayed by their handover, found justice in this moment. Lisa, her doubt redeemed, marveled at the scope of Nexus's crimes. All because of a dog and a kid, she said, shaking her head. Emma's contacts confirmed the arrests, but the cost lingered. Sheriff Bradley's sacrifice, Rex's near death, their shattered trust. The data vindicated Timmy's faith, proving a child's courage could topple giants. Rex stirred, licking Timmy's hand, his strength returning as if fueled by their bond. The safe house, once a cage of fear, now felt like a turning point. Yet, as agents secured the area, a new message flashed on Emma's screen, hinting at an unexpected ally waiting to tip the scales further. The truth was out, but its ripples promised more than justice. They offered a chance to heal, to rebuild, and to honor the scars that had brought them here. As the safe house buzzed with the news of Nexus's downfall, a new message flickered on Emma's laptop, marked urgent. It was from Sarah Mitchell, a Nexus data analyst turned whistleblower who'd been feeding Emma intel for weeks. I'm coming forward, Sarah wrote. Bradley's sacrifice saved you. His tip to the feds triggered the raids. Sarah's files confirmed the sheriff's final act. He'd contacted agents, exposing Nexus's warehouse and his own complicity, knowing it would cost his life. Her testimony ensured his family's protection and cemented the case against Gray. Timmy, stroking Rex's fur, looked up, hope sparking in his eyes. The sheriff wasn't all bad. Jenny nodded, tears welling. He made it right. Sarah's revelations painted Bradley as a flawed man, corrupted by Nexus's bribes but redeemed by Timmy's courage and Rex's loyalty. Her data also secured the group's safety, identifying Nexus's remaining allies to be neutralized. Rex wagged his tail weakly, as if sensing the tide turning. Emma marveled at the ripple effect. Timmy's act on the bridge, Rex's endurance, Bradley's sacrifice, and now Sarah's bravery. The truth, buried by greed, had surfaced through unlikely heroes. Lisa, her doubt absolved, vowed to honor Bradley's memory. Yet Sarah's final note warned of Nexus's lingering influence, urging vigilance. The group's relief was tempered by this shadow, but Rex's strengthening pulse and Timmy's unwavering faith grounded them. An ally from within Nexus, once part of its machine, had tipped the scales, proving redemption was possible even in the darkest corners. As they prepared to leave the safe house, the bond between Timmy and Rex shone as their greatest shield, ready to face whatever lay ahead. 2 weeks later, a nondescript SUV rolled into a quiet Oregon town, pulling up to a cozy cottage nestled among pines. Timmy leapt out, laughter bubbling as Rex bounded after him, his limp barely noticeable. The military, recognizing Rex's trauma, had retired him, officially releasing the German Shepherd to the Wilsons. Jenny, now Ellen Carter under a new identity, stepped onto the porch, a government stipend easing her financial strain. Her nursing skills were already in demand at a local clinic, offering a fresh start. Emma, also relocated for her role in exposing Nexus, settled into a guest cottage, her presence a steady anchor. The yard, fenced and sprawling, was perfect for Timmy and Rex. They chased a ball under the morning sun, Rex's black and tan coat gleaming, his scars fading like distant memories. Jenny watched, her heart swelling at Timmy's joy. The horrors of Nexus, the betrayal in the diner, and the terror of the warehouse felt like another life. "You were so brave," she told Timmy, kneeling beside him. He grinned, hugging Rex. "We did it together." Emma joined them, her arm healed, her grief for Captain Daniels softened by this new family. Their bond had transformed them. Timmy, no longer just a curious boy, carried a quiet strength. Jenny, once weighed by guilt, found purpose in their resilience. Rex, free from his military collar, romped with a lightness that belied his past. The injustice they'd faced, Rex's abuse, the corruption that tore him away, had forged a deeper love. As Timmy laughed, tossing the ball, Jenny felt peace, a rare gift after their storm. Emma's work training service dogs promised healing for others, a ripple of their victory. In this small town, under a vast sky, they were safe, their scars a testament to courage that had toppled a corrupt empire. As the Oregon sunset painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Timmy sat in the grass, Rex flopped beside him, their bond a quiet anchor. Jenny and Emma sipped coffee on the porch, watching the stars emerge. The peace felt hard-won, a testament to their courage against Nexus's corruption. Yet that morning, a letter had arrived, slipped under the cottage door, no postmark. Sarah Mitchell's handwriting was unmistakable. Nexus is dismantled, but their allies linger in shadows. Private firms, rogue contacts. Stay vigilant. You're safe for now, but keep Rex close. Jenny tucked it away, her pulse quickening, but chose not to tell Timmy, not yet. The warning stirred unease, a reminder that justice, though served, left echoes. Gray's threats in custody, his taunt of worldwide connections, loomed in Jenny's mind. Had Sarah's whistleblowing exposed everything, or were pieces of Nexus's web still spinning? Emma, sensing Jenny's tension, murmured, "We'll be ready." Her new work with service dogs was a shield, a way to protect others as she had Rex. Timmy, oblivious, whispered to Rex about their adventures, his small hand tracing the dog's faded scars. The open road beyond their cottage stretched into uncertainty. But Timmy's laughter, Rex's steady gaze, and their shared resilience promised strength for any storm. A new challenge might wait, another letter, a stranger's glance, but together they were unbreakable. As darkness fell, Timmy looked up, pointing at a star. "That's for us, Rex. We're heroes." The dog's tail thumped, sealing their vow. Some fights end, but others simmer, testing courage anew. What would you risk for loyalty? Share your thoughts below and tell us, do you want a part 2? Their story, like their bond, holds room for more. A testament that even in victory, heroes must always be ready to rise again. If Timmy and Rex's story moved you, please subscribe to support our team's storytelling. Share this video with friends and family to spread its message of courage and loyalty. Hit the like button to show your love, and comment below with your thoughts and feelings. Would you like a part 2 to follow their journey? Your engagement helps us create more heartfelt content. Thank you for being part of our community, and for believing in stories that inspire hope, justice, and unbreakable bonds.